Okay, my dear friends, here's part two. We're trying to get our tactics rating at least 200 points higher than it was. So you have 2 weeks to do it. We don't have class this week because of the New York State Championship. All right, I am in a different account this time. This is Possible Skunk, my favorite name of all the accounts. Possible Skunk. It is white to move. Now, you can't see it in this screen capture because I'm cutting it out to make it a little bit clearer for you. But black's last move was rook to c8. I'll use my mouse to show you the piece up here. It's attacking our bishop. But if you do the math, we're up a piece at this point. We each have two rooks, but white has three minor pieces with the bishop being attacked. So if we can get out of this by either making a fair trade or somehow saving our bishop, we're going to be ahead in material. So what move would you play? Okay, pause your video if you need to, but I hope you found the move here, bishop to d6. I'll move it. There you go. That's going to save the piece because we're not only out of this rook's way, but we're attacking a knight, and we're pinning this knight. So if black tries to get fancy and take a pawn down here, we have a double, a check here. We could move our knight to this square, check the king, and hit this twice. We could take first and play a discovered check with this knight. That would be really, really strong. So that's it. As soon as I found bishop to d6, the computer stopped and it gave me 5 points. Now, you can't see that again, but you will when you do your own. Okay, I just click next, and there's a brand new position. I'm waiting for the computer to play. Okay, it just played bishop to e6. Okay, what are we supposed to look for? Well, always look at every direct capture. We could take the bishop on e6. We could take the knight on f6. But I don't know. They're going to just recapture either way, and I'm not 100% sure that I see something I like doing that. So we have to look a little bit deeper. Well, what do we have in our favor here? I like the fact that we have these two pawns here on h6 and h7 so close to the king. I also like the fact that this knight is sort of pinned because if it moves somewhere, we could take the bishop. The knight's not going to move up here to g8. We could just take it off and make a queen. They'll have to take that, and then we can pick off this bishop here. So my eye seems to be focused on this knight, and I think I found the right move. I want to play here queen to h4, but I want to just do a little extra calculation. So in your minds, look at the position and imagine the queen on this square. I'm using the mouse cursor. I hope you can see it. And if we hit the knight again, I don't see a way for black to protect it. And if that's true, it looks like we're going to win a piece. Again, the knight cannot move to save its bishop. So I think that's the way to go. All right, so I'm going to move my queen to h4. At least I think I am. There it goes. And sure enough, the computer has given me credit. And then it's playing one more move. It's playing king takes, and then I'm just going to take the knight. And then the computer's still playing bishop takes, queen takes, and at this point the computer says that's enough. And again, the reason is you want a piece, and black has some problems up here. They're going to have to stop the mate, and you just want a piece. So all is good. Let's move on. We're going to do 10 minutes on each side. Next tactic. I'm waiting for the computer to move. I'm white. That's it. It's my turn. Queen c3 by black. Okay, let's go through the steps. We have one advantage. We know we're doing a tactical puzzle. However, the thinking is almost always the same in real games. Look at every check and capture first. You don't really have any good checks here. You don't have any checks here, do you? No, you don't have anything good to capture. So then look at attacking moves. And that you should be doing in your games no matter what. When you start getting a little advanced at this stuff, certain patterns will pop up instantly. Like the first thing that I see with the queen on c3 is she's deep inside white's territory. Everything she's attacking is protected. except for the rook. Well, no, the rook is protected as well. So what is she really doing in there? You know, she comes in and it's like, wow, she's going to come in and I wonder, can we trap her? Well, in my mind, I'm putting the rook on c1. That's the most obvious move that comes to mind. She can't retreat. She can't take the pawns. They're all covered. She can't take the knight, can't take the rook. How does she get out of that? Can you see her only move in this position would be the b2 square? And that's right here. And I really don't want to move these pieces. I want you guys to try to pick this up on your own. So I do believe that if I play rook to c1, I'm going to trap the queen, except I need to find a follow-up. If my rook is on c1 and the queen is on b2, she might take the pawn on a3. Well, I have a way to not only protect a3, but to attack the queen as well. Now do this in your heads. I know it's not easy, but you can do it. The queen is on b2. That's here. She is attacking this pawn. How do we attack the queen and protect the pawn at the same time? Do you see the move? Yeah, it's with this knight here. The knight will go to the c4 square. So let's make sure we have our moves right. Rook to c1. Queen b2 is the only way to save the queen. We play knight to c4, hitting the queen, protecting the a pawn. Does the queen have an escape square? She does. She can go to a2. Now, if you look at this position, you're going to say she can't go to a2. The rook is there. The rook is on c1. Okay? So we play rook c1, queen b2. So it looks like we're right. The computer's not yelling at me. Knight to c4. Aha, we're still right. Queen a2. Now find the move that wins the queen. There you go. Study the board. Look at her. Every single square she can move to is covered, and black is going to lose material. Okay, let's do one more. I'm going to click next. Here comes the new position. Okay, knight takes. So here's a pattern that comes to mind almost instantly. When they take on that square, I know that I can take the knight right away on d4, right? You guys should see that. I could just take this knight, but I know when I do, if white takes back, they take back with the queen. Isn't the queen going to be on the same line as our queen? And don't we have bishop takes h2 check? And when the king takes the bishop, we take the queen. That's a pretty old trap or tactic. This is played all the time. Double check it. They have 3 minor pieces. We have 3. They have 6 pawns. We have 6 pawns. Material is equal. I think they just made a mistake by taking that pawn. I think we get a free knight. So what I'm doing now is I'm imagining myself taking this knight on d4, but I want to make sure the queen or some other piece can't do some in-between move that I'm not expecting. And I don't really see it because I know once I take the knight, if they don't take back, we could always retreat the knight into a square like e6 or even back to c6, coming back to safety, and I have an out. So I'm going to win the piece. If the queen takes, I'm going to win the queen. If she doesn't take, there's nothing they can do, and I'm just up a piece, all right? So I'm going to go for it. I hope you followed that. And yes, you can't see the computer congratulating me. It's actually holding a big banner saying, "Go, Mike, you're the best." Okay, that's bad news. So we just take the queen now. Everyone should see how. Just snapperoo. And done. I lied. Let's do one more. Come on. Come on, let's do one more. Here it comes. We're black. All right, queen h5. Let's see what we can do. Well, this is one of those funny positions where if you're looking at this and feeling a little confused, it's okay, because for the moment, it doesn't look like you have any good captures. I mean, your queen is attacking the rook up there on g1, the knight. White just put their queen in a really funny square. Can't we just take it with the pawn? Like, why can't we just take the queen? They're attacking our knight. I mean, I would love to take the queen. I could move my king up, but something's bothering me here. I want to just take the queen. Why not? Well, they put a rook. Oh, there's a pin. You guys see the pin? Yeah, look at that. Follow my voice. You see the rook up here? It's pinned, the pawn, so I can't take the queen. But what if the rook were not here? Can I eliminate the rook? Sure, I can take it with my queen, but I'm giving up a queen for a rook. Does it matter how white takes back with the king or the knight? No, it really doesn't, because no matter how they take back, then we get a free queen. So we're actually winning a rook in this position. We're going to take a rook, they're going to take our queen, and then we get a queen. So I'm going to double check it in my mind, and it looks good. Let's go for it. And correct, the computer loves the move. If they take with the king, you just take the queen. All right, there are some advanced tactics. Hope you learned something.